besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel and welcome to my first 24-hour readathon of 2025. And guys, what's really motivating me to do this is last week I binge watched Tell Me Lies, and y'all, it is as good as everyone says it is. And the problem is no TV show is holding my attention like that was. Like I was set. So television isn't grabbing my attention right now. So I just figured, why not read for 24 hours, you know? And apparently that just seemed like the most logical thing to do. But hey, I don't make the rules, okay? Now, typically in the past, I've done themed 24-hour challenges, but we're just gonna be mood reading. And my game plan is usually short books that keep me entertained, like usually a thriller. But lately I have been stepping into other genres and trying out new things. Like a few weeks ago, I read my first alien romance, Ice Planet Barbarians, and still don't know how I ended up there. But I was fairly entertained. They're very short, so I might even decide to go that route. I have audiobooks because I do want to get some things done around the house. I will probably be splitting this up into 2 days because your girl needs her sleep. So yeah, that's my game plan. Just vibes, reading, and obviously we're gonna pop open a cold one. Cheers. Never gets old. It's so good. But okay, we are gonna start our timer. Okay, so I'm about to put away my laundry and we're going to talk about the first book that we're reading in this vlog, which is Saving Noah. I have the audiobook and I talked about this book a little bit in my TBR video. It is very disturbing, so definitely check the trigger warnings. It's about a teenage son. He's like 17. I think he was 15 at the time. He molested these little girls and he went to jail for it. But this is basically in the point of view of him and his mother. And his mother is basically coming to terms with everything. Like she refuses to turn her back on him. But the husband, the dad, feels completely different. Like he doesn't even want him in the house, so they've had to get another apartment for her and Noah to stay at. So yeah, it's a very quick read. I have like 4 hours left on the audio, so we're gonna get that done today. Okay, you guys, it's been about an hour. We have 23 hours and 2 minutes left. I'm gonna pause it really quick to talk to you guys. I'm about to eat. This is leftover from breakfast because I didn't eat it, but I'm going to eat it now. But anyways, I am now on chapter 7. I have 3 hours and 36 minutes left of this book. And I think this is supposed to be a thriller. This is not very thrilling at all. I don't know if there's going to be like a plot twist with like the treatment that these kids have to go through. We are given some of Noah's point of view of like when he was there in the past and like the things they were doing to them. So I don't know if that plays like a bigger role. And also the mom is kind of delusional. Like, what do you mean you threw a dinner party to let the girls' parents know what your son did to them? A dinner party? She said it at the table so casually. She was like, you know, Noah did this, that, and the third. But hey, we'll pay for their therapy. You know, we're gonna put Noah in therapy. Like, did she not expect them to react? Did she not expect them to go to the police? How delusional can you be? But hey, it's an interesting story. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat and then we're gonna get back to reading, listening, whatever you wanna call it. Sorry if you can hear my projector, but something just happened that just made me go, oh my gosh, let's keep listening. You guys, I did not say this, but he has a little sister, literally the same age as the girls, and I'm just hoping that she has nothing to do with this because sick and twisted. That is just sick and twisted. I'm scared. I'm sick. I'll update you guys later. gosh. If this means what I think it means, oh my gosh. Let me put my headphones back on. Oh my gosh. We're on the epilogue now. Well, that was something. But we have officially finished our first book. I'm gonna do a wrap up at the end, but wow. We have 20 hours and 43 minutes left, which is so much time. I'll pick my next read after my shower. But yeah, for the meantime, the timer is paused. Okay, so it's like an hour or so later. I showered, I ate dinner, and it occurred to me that in order to like get the 24 hours done in a timely manner, because keep in mind, I'm stopping the timer every time I'm not reading. I need to always have an audiobook. So I'm currently downloading the Lights Out audiobook. If you know, you know. I don't really even know, but all I know is I've just heard many things about it. Like, it's a dark rom-com, and I feel like during a 24-hour reading challenge, you need to be entertained. Okay, we need to make it fun. So I'm downloading that just so I have that ready, because while I was gone I did not have an audiobook, so kind of wasted an hour, but it's whatever. But now I'm ready to get back to reading, and we are going to start The Haunting Party by Lucy Foley. We're keeping the thriller vibes going, even though I feel like Saving Noah was not a thriller at all. But this will be thrilling, hopefully. It's like a whodunit. It says, a New Year's reunion in the remote Scottish wilderness. The beautiful one, the golden couple, the volatile one. The new parents, the quiet one, the city boy, the outsider. One of these friends is a murderer, and one will make it out alive. It's given whodunit, and we're gonna figure that out. Okay, sorry if this is a weird angle. I just popped the camera up. Just wanted to check in with my first updates. I made it to chapter 5, and already so far, literally no one is trustworthy. Okay, no one is trustworthy. First of all, with thrillers, you really can trust no one. Just don't get too comfortable. Just when you think someone's a good person and you can depend on them and put your trust and hopes and dreams in them, they will disappoint you. So don't even bother getting connected, okay? Don't even bother. But yeah, off the bat, no one seems trustworthy. They don't even seem like they like each other. It's a whole bunch of frenemies. So you definitely cannot trust people like that. But I think that sets up for a pretty juicy story. Like, I'm just here for the vibes. I'm here for the drama. I love a juicy, dramatic book because my life is pretty boring. So I need some of that within my books. I need to be entertained. But yeah, that's all I can say so far. I'll update you guys again later when I have updates. So I've made it to chapter 10. The vibes are good. This is just like the perfect time to read this during the winter because they are snowed in. There's a huge blizzard. But what's not perfect for them, at least, there's a killer on the loose, and apparently it's among the friends, as what it says on the back, but obviously they don't know that yet, but they're about to find out real soon because they have nowhere else to go. So I'm loving that. I will switch to my Kindle very soon, but I also might switch books. I'm having a good time, but I'm also still in the middle of reading A Love Letter to Whiskey. It's taking me a while, but I'm getting there. I'm 60% through. And that book, very, very frustrating. If you haven't heard me talk about it already, it's about Bea and Jamie. They have such a strong connection, and their love for each other is so strong, but for some reason, it's never the right time for them. Whether it's because he's dating someone, she's dating someone, that does not stop them. There is the cheating trope in this book, so I know a lot of people don't like that, but it's very frustrating because it never seems like the right time. And to me, it's like, make it the right time. But then the empathetic version of me and the version that tries to be understanding, like in the reality, people go through so many things, and her thinking process at the time, she didn't see it. She didn't see a way that they could be together. And like, she does a lot of self-destruction and she talks a lot about it. So you see growth during it. I'm loving it. It's just taking me a while to get through. But yeah, anyways, I miss them. So I'm probably gonna read that tonight. It's now 10:19 and we have 19 hours and 21 minutes left. So I think I'm gonna read that for tonight and then do a lot of reading tomorrow. I might try to wake up early. I'm hoping to finish it by tomorrow. I 100% need the physical copy of this book because I've been highlighting on my Kindle like crazy. Also, it's nighttime, my retainers are in. If I have a lisp, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I want to share with you some of these highlights because I'm just loving this book so much. This one says, I think sometimes life is about embracing what hurts because pain is one of the most vivid emotions we can feel. Pain reminds us that we are alive, and I'll always appreciate that stinging reminder. Same. That's so true. That's facts. It sucks, but hey, it's a reminder. And then another one, because it's just in the same chapter. It says, sometimes I feel we have to rush. But then I remember that time isn't our enemy the way I always thought. Turns out time is our friend. The friend we never listened to, but we're learning how to more and more each day. The friend who might have always known a little more about us than we did. And that's so true because I feel like we're always in a rush. But when you really think about it, time is on our side. I have just been highlighting like crazy. But anyways, the way that the book is written, she has written a love letter to Whiskey. Whiskey meaning Jamie. If you get it, you get it. There's this whole thing why she refers to him as Whiskey. So basically, she wrote a book, her love letter to Whiskey, that's what she called it, and that was her part. That was her story. Now we're getting Jamie's story, and he's taking us all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, that's why this book is so long. I was wondering why this book was so long, especially because it just did the epilogue. I'm like, this can't be the epilogue. We're only 60%. 18 more hours. Clock is still ticking. I just needed to share that with you guys. And sorry if the angle is weird. I've just been propping you guys up. Let's just get back to reading. Okay, you guys, it is the next day. I meant to go to sleep at a reasonable time last night, but tell me why? I was up reading till 3 a.m. Your girl was tired, okay? I was supposed to wake up early. I woke up at 9. Still kind of early, but like I wanted to wake up at like 6, get this started, but it's okay. Today's game plan, we are not stopping the clock, but I'm just going to be having a book playing at all times. Like if I cannot sit down and read physically, best believe an audio will be playing. And while I was getting ready and stuff, I started the lights out audio, and y'all, I'm 10% in. Let me find my place. Hold on. I'm only on chapter 4. And I'm gonna go back and play this for you. The list of trigger warnings that they say at the beginning, it just keeps going on and on and on. I'm not sure how much I can play. I don't want to get flagged or anything, but just listen to this, okay?
Lights Out is a fast-paced, dark stalker romance with a morally gray male lead. Some themes and scenes may be disturbing.
Listener discretion is advised, as this book contains sexually explicit discussion and scenes, including anal play, discussion of past trauma, alcohol consumption, mention of off-page rape, remembered child abuse, medical content, blood and gore in a hospital setting, discussion of mental health, limited description of a mass shooting, stalking, car accident description, death of a parent, and description of a violent death.
There's more.
Mention of domestic abuse, invasion of privacy, home invasion, hidden cameras, hacking, theft, unintentional cannibalism, and desecration of a body.
Finally, Lights Out contains breath play, knife play, gun play, fear play, kidnap play, primal play, mask play, and consensual dubious consent.
I think that covers everything. If you are sticking around, hope you are ready to play.
They must be. Especially since this book is dedicated to those brave enough to ride the handle.
I get convinced from TikToks and from other people, okay? I had to check it out. I don't even know what to say. Okay, I'm new to dark romance and this is probably like the darkest just because of all the things that are getting talked about. But I may need to find another audiobook because this may not be it. But it is interesting to say the least, okay? I've also made it to chapter 22 and 42% through this book, The Hunting Party. And I'm fairly enjoying it. As we all know, someone's a murderer and a body has been found, but it hasn't been shared among the guests yet. Like the people that work at the little manor or hotel, villa, whatever you call it, they're the ones who found the body. They've already contacted the police and they're realizing that the murderer is among them. Still don't know who that is, but I feel like Doug, he's a character that like seems very untrustworthy and seems like very weird, very eerie. You get like a mysterious vibe from him. He's the one I trust the most. Okay, I'm putting my faith in him. I feel like he's that way for a reason. And I feel like he's gonna help them. Like his red flags are flying, but they're pink to me. Okay, they're pink. So hopefully he doesn't prove me wrong because I put my trust in him. So hopefully he's good. So that's all the updates that I have for that book. But we're reading 3 books at this point because I still am reading A Love Letter to Whiskey. I got to like 75% last night. So good. I am loving Jamie's perspective. Okay, I know we'd be like, who cares about what a man thinks? You know, I get that. I get that. But when it comes to romances, I love being in a man's point of view and he's talking about the woman he loves. Like, yes, I like that. It's just hitting different. Second coffee secured. Essentials. Okay, so it's hours later. I have finished The Hunting Party. Took a little break, but I'm very glad to be finished with this. And my favorite thing to do is to mark it as read. But we're gonna go a step further. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. We have 9 hours and 35 minutes left. I do not know whether I want to start a new book, continue A Love Letter to Whiskey, continue listening to Lights Out, question mark. I don't know. I think the most logical thing to do if we want to finish a book is to continue A Love Letter to Whiskey because I am almost done. And yeah, it's about time that I finish that book. Like I've stated many times before, I've been reading it for a while, so let's finish it. Okay, you guys, it's like 2 or 3 hours later. I did finish A Love Letter to Whiskey. I miss them so much, but like I said, we're gonna do a whole little wrap up at the end of this video, so we'll talk about it later. But I absolutely love it. I have moved on to our next book, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I was like in a fantasy mood. Also, I'm obsessed with this bookmark that I made, but that's not the point. Okay, I started Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and I was in like a fantasy mood, but the fantasy that I'm in the middle of is Throne of Glass, and I don't want to do the tandem read right now, especially not for this video because we only have like 5 more hours left. Those are 2 super thick books. We would need way longer than that. So I decided to go with Cinder, which is actually a sci-fi. This is like a Cinderella reimagining. She is a cyborg. They live in a world where it's humans and androids, and people don't know that she's a cyborg. There may or may not be a little forbidden romance coming. It better be. It's on the back. I want it. I want my forbidden romance, okay? But anyways, I'm only on, okay, I lost my bookmark, but I'm only on page 69, chapter 7, so not too far. But with the Cinderella reimagining, you know, you're gonna have your evil stepmother, stepsisters, stuff like that. So there's this plague, and her stepsister gets it. They blame it on Cinder because she's the oddball, she's a cyborg. They're not, so They blamed it on her, automatically her fault. So then her stepmother goes and donates her to the plague studies. Like, she's gonna get tested on. She's gonna be a lab rat. That's crazy. And she did it just so she can get the money for it. Like, she's horrible. So far, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's all I know so far. I also chose this book because it's also on my Kindle, so just in case I want to switch. About to switch back to my Kindle, but this is actually really good, and I'm actually kind of liking the doctor. I was not liking him at first, but I'm liking him. He's on Cinder's side, and we have found out some more information. Cinder is valuable, okay? So she went back to her stepmom, and her stepmom thought she wasn't going to show back up. Girl, she's back. Yeah, I just hate an evil stepmother. Like, how dare you? Donated her thinking that she was going to get this plague and then die? No, she's back. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna wrap my hair, I'm gonna put my bonnet on, and then again read on my Kindle because I stopped because I was getting tired. Now we're gonna get prepared for bed. We don't have that much time left, so I'm fully gonna get in bed now, and probably not gonna give any more updates, but fairly enjoying this. Off to sleep I go. Okay, you guys, it's a few days later, and yes, I have strawberry shortcake on in the background. Don't even focus on that. Okay, we are focused on the books that we read in this vlog, so don't mind it. There's a plane flying over, so. We started off this video by listening to Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry. It'll either be here or here. Editing me, we'll figure that out. But that book had my jaw on the floor like the whole time. You guys have seen my reactions. Oh my gosh, definitely check the trigger warnings with that one. It's definitely disturbing. You know what, maybe I like a little disturbing reads, you know? Like anything that gets a reaction out of me, hey, it's fair game. It's making me feel something, so it gets points for that. But definitely Sick and Twisted. Sick and Twisted, okay? Sick and Twisted. I rated that book 3.25 stars because I don't know if I'll remember it and think about it, so I didn't rate it higher, but I definitely did enjoy it, and I definitely will be reading more of Lucinda Berry's books. I just honestly didn't find it to be very thrilling, so for it to be a thriller and not be thrilling, let's make thrillers thrilling again, okay? Okay, the next book, what did I start next? The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. This book had all of the aspects that I really like. It was messy. It was a whodunit in an isolated place. They got snowed in, and it was perfect for the season. But like I mentioned earlier, make thrillers thrilling again. Not very thrilling at all. Kind of low-key boring too, besides some little messy parts. It was a New Year's reunion, and there was a lot of reminiscing, and I just feel like they could have cut down on that. Like, this book could have been shorter. Hold on, the sun's going down, so sorry for the lighting change. But anyways, like I was saying, I also feel like there was too many characters. Like, I love having multiple characters, but kind of got confusing, and only a couple of characters stood out to me. Like, I only cared about like 3 people and what they had going on in their lives. So, and yeah, not too much to say really. I gave this book 2 stars. And then we have an honorable mention, which is Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. It just wasn't for me. I don't think I'm a dark romance girly. Like, maybe like a soft dark romance, but that, if it just had more plot, or if it started off with plot, I feel like it kind of started off spicy. That kind of throws it off for me. And I'm not a prude or anything. I think I like taboo romances because I read Credence, and I loved Credence. Okay, I don't want no Credence slander, although I understand. But yeah, I listened to like 1 more chapter and just decided perhaps not. Moving on, we have A Love Letter to Whiskey. Like I said, I need the physical copy because I have so many sentences and quotes underlined. I loved it so much. Very frustrating. Something was always going wrong, preventing them to be together. And a lot of stuff shouldn't even have been a problem, but hey, they're not me. You know, they don't all think like me. And you kind of have to remember that with reading certain things. Like, common sense isn't so common to some people, and that's just the reality of it. And sometimes it just takes a while for people to figure their shit out. But there was a lot of growth in character development. Sometimes it irritates you, makes you mad, but at the end of the day, you love these characters. I rated this book 4 stars, so I loved it so much. And then last but not least, I left off reading Cinder, and I'm really enjoying this. I still have not finished, but I'll probably finish either today or tomorrow. We just figured out some stuff about Cinder and also the doctor, and I'm loving the connection forming between Cinder and Prince Kai. So cute. I don't think it's anywhere near like a 5-star, but I am really enjoying this. And yeah, I think it's cute. I can't really say too much because I'm not yet finished. So, and that pretty much sums up all the books that we read in this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. One day I will do 24 hours straight. Okay, we'll get there one day. But anyways, if you have made it up to this point, you are a real one. But also comment down below this emoji, just because I like to see you watch my videos all the way through. And it's kind of like an inside joke that only the besties know. So leave that down below so I know if we're besties or not. Okay, I'm gonna go.